So, today we are bolting this exhaust back up because it's sort of just floating at the minute and rattling. And once the exhaust is bolted up, we are getting onto. I've got mounted this fan somehow. It has got mounting brackets. Then I've got to wire it in. Then I can wire in my other headlight because I've wired that one in. Pretty straightforward, to be honest. Lucky enough, I've got an E46 as a daily, so I could just look at what was what. So yeah, let's get on with it. Right, I've got them nutted up. I need to put a nut and bolt through that one. They're all butted up. Just looks like a mess. See, a lot of this wiring is just like, you don't need it. So we've got black and blue and then brown, and on the other side it's black and green and brown. Oh, so I've got to figure it all out again. Great. Let's put a jump pack on the battery. Once I figure out what's what, I'll try and fire up the old chest cam and see if that does me any justice for when I'm wiring it up. It's a little bit close quarters, but we'll see. Right, got the side light wired in. Next it is the headlight. Right, that took me 45 minutes wiring them lights in. So let's see if they work. I haven't even tested them yet.
Is that nice?
Yeah, that's nice.
Good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's orange very well.
Left.
Full beam. Yeah, that's working. Right, that's it then. So now all I've got to do is clean all this mess up. That's fairly clean, but it's still a bit like bits of wire sagging down that I don't need and all that. So I've got to clean all that up as well. I've got to figure out where to mount this because that's not very safe. And then the next thing after that is these wipers. I was trying to do these wipers during the week, but I think the way that the BMW wiring works compared to these is something totally different. Right, so I cleaned up pretty much most of the wiring, but then I started doing the wiring for the wiper. But this wire, yeah, whatever it's for originally, don't worry, this was just like, I was just going to test it like this. Alright. Whatever that wire was for originally, it's constantly live. Even when the car's off, it's constantly live. And it's the only one I've come across where it's like that. So I've done a lot of looking at wires. But I thought, do I really want my wipers to be wired in so that they're constantly getting power to the switch? And I didn't really like that. So what I'm going to do is, there's a couple of plugs here that are not used anymore, not being used anymore. Alright, I'm going to wire it to one of them that only comes on when the ignition comes on, because then that way I've got no chance of leaving my car somewhere and for some reason it catches fire. Because that RX-8 that just blew up got me a bit like, oh, hang on, don't really like that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna find a wire that only comes on here with ignition, find out what fuse it's got in it, or chase the wire back, find out what fuse is what, and if I'm happy with the fuse, then I'm just gonna wire it in. We'll see how we go on. Right, I found a plug. That little one there, right in the middle. This one. The end wire, the green wire, only comes on when the ignition comes on, and that is for the hazards. Pretty straightforward. So I just hope that I hope when I turn my wipers on, no, when I turn my indicators on, the wipers don't start going, because that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Right, I don't know what's happened here. I really don't know what's happened here. Right, this switch earlier, yeah, was working so that this side, when you switch this that way, that one would become live, yeah, right? And vice versa, but the middle one's just the supply. If I switch it to that, nothing. But if I switch it, yeah, that's the only downfall. I've got to get the wipers in the perfect spot. But maybe when I put that other wire on, it might sort itself out. But I hope I ain't done something wrong. Right. So, got that all wired in. Oh, see, look, that only work with the ignition on. Turn the ignition on. The wire's got a bit of a funny connection, clearly. But as long as the far side works, that's all good. Now I'll fix that before I do this. But drill hole in that to man the switch. Oh, let's make sure it works. Sweet. Oh. Sweet. Just got to get them in the right place when I turn it off. Right, that's another thing done. What's next? Ah, I got wire in the fan. This fan, yeah, depending on what way I wire it is depending on what way the fan goes. So I'm pretty sure blue is the live that I'm gonna need, but we'll see. Right, and then let's try it the other way around. Nah, the other one was definitely blowing more. Right, so that's the way we got over it. Blue is the live. Yeah, I'm going with that one. That's the 12 volt. See, it's just firing up straight away. Maybe if I turn ignition on. Same right here. Nah, straight away. Oh, I'm gonna have to wire a switch in that. I don't get that. If I'm wiring a switch in, I might as well put both fans on. But I sort of run out of time. I've got the radiator in its position of sort of where I want it. and where it's going to be able to shut the bonnet. But all that's all wired in, that's all working. We're no longer touching this here, so I'll have to solid mount that radiator as well. All the lights are all working. I had to get rid of this bit. So on the 46, that goes from, I think it's the pedal, top of the pedal, to like up this area. But they're both 13s. That's got a fuse in it, I believe, down there in this big box. So I just undone it from the back and then done it back up and cable tied that to there. So it's mounted, it ain't going nowhere. But yeah, let's start her up, get it all run up, and then if we switch the fans on, see if it cools down quick enough. Yeah, they work good. Could literally see the temperature gauge just creeping back down as soon as I turn them on. Didn't think it'd cool down that quick, but I mean, then again it ain't that hot, so. Finally starting to look like a car again. Right, yeah. She's getting there. She's getting there. It's becoming a bit of a long process now. And at first it was a bit just smashing it out, but now it's a bit like. Yeah, it's taking it out of me basically, and I'm sort of running out of time because it's getting cold quick and I'll need it for a winter beater. So hopefully I've got to sort that exhaust out. I've got to touch up the wires on the interior, and then it's ready for bodywork. Bodywork's like pretty much the last step. So there is a couple of things that I do need to address and I do need to go back to, which I know are still on my list. But yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.